Okay, good afternoon, everyone. For today's class, we will talk about data science. No? So last lesson, we talked about data analysis. So these two are related. However, data science is more general than data analysis. Actually, it's kind of weird because you can see your data analysis. It only tells us that this course is the focus is data analysis, not really data science. But somehow, since in data science, you do data analysis. Other than data analysis, you do data warehousing, data visualization, artificial intelligence, machine learning. That is why better that you know what is the context of data analysis, which is the course. No, it's good also to know. Okay, what is that concept broader than data analysis? Somehow, there's a course data science also, and somehow you can work as a data scientist as well. Though there's a data analyst also, but this one is really more general than data analysis. Okay, so what is data science? So again, from your module, this is also found. Data science is the science of learning from data. Okay, so science of learning from data. So you can see there the literal meaning, but there's a part learning. Okay, again, science, you know already what science is. So we will apply the scientific method in a way on the data that we gather. No? So the sciences are focusing on answering specific questions about the world. So again, I mentioned last lesson about real world, right? You start with the question or problem in the real world, and you have a question, and then in the data analysis, right? And then you come up with a hypothesis, and then you try to, and then you do methodology experiment, right? And then gather the results, and then you analyze the data. That's where the data analysis will come into the picture, right? So the data analysis has a context as well, no? And then after that, with the data analysis, you come up with a conclusion, a generalization, something like that, and then you communicate it, no, with the community, the result, no. First with the conference probably, or there's like a board to approve what you have, your results, whether they're useful or not, or we can apply it in a real life situation, no? Just like the discovery of vaccine, okay? It also goes through that, the data analysis, no? Or even the data science, no, methods. Okay, class? Because this one, the discovery of vaccine, it's not for profit, not for business, right? In fact, we do this, though we do it for a business, because you know what pandemic has done to the business, and not just to the business, but to the people. No? So data analysis has helped a lot, or the data science have helped a lot in the discovery of this and the vaccines. No? So now, questions about the world. Okay, so for example, is about that one, the vaccine. What is the vaccine that can cure that disease COVID-19? Okay, while data science is focusing on how to manipulate data efficiently, effectively. Okay, so once you get the data here, we focus on the data, manipulating data, no? And that's where data science will help. Okay, the primary focus is not which questions to ask of the data, but how we can answer them, whatever they may be. Okay, so how we can answer them. So it's the method, not the what, no? But of course, the what is important. But the thing is, when you analyze the data, the focus is the data, right? Okay, so it's more like computer science and mathematics, but not really exactly the same, no? Then it is like natural sciences in this way. When you say natural sciences class, those are the natural science, the branches of science, right? We have the life science, no, the physical science, or even the earth science. When you say physical science, these are like the chemistry that you learn in high school, physics, and then the life science more related to natural science because nature, right? When you say life science, it's more of like organic matters, no, living things. Unlike physical science, non-living things. No, so I guess natural science, since it's nature, though non-living things is also part of a nature, right? But when you talk of natural science, it's more of the physical, of the life science. These are like the biology, no, and so on and so forth. The earth science, can also be part of it, because when you say earth science, it's more of the earth, the study of the earth and its atmosphere. So there we have the astronomy, right? geology, and so on, the study of the Earth and its atmosphere in this way. It isn't so much about studying the natural world. So that's not data science. As it's about how to compute data efficiently. So really, the data will always come into the picture, and how to analyze the data. Okay, analyze the data, but also comes into the picture of computing the data efficiently. No? So not just analyzing the data. That is why data science is broader than a data analysis. Including in data science, it is the design of experiments. No? Design of experiments, yeah, there's like quantitative design, qualitative design, those things. So anyway, so with the right data, we can address the questions we are interested in. With a poor design of experiments or a poor choice of which data we gather, this can be difficult. No? Actually, design of experiment class can be one course also, no? But just to introduce to you, yeah, that's one. It has to do with quantitative, qualitative, but quantitative, qualitative again is also very general. There's more specific, no? Specific to that. We gather this can be done. Study design might be the most important aspect of data science. In this module, the focus on the analysis of data, no? Once gathered. This course, now when you say module, computer science is also mainly the study of computations. And it's hinted in the name, no? Computer science, no? Computations. But it's a bit broader in this focus. Okay, so again, data science is broader than computer science. But we use, as I mentioned, we use programming language in data science for data warehousing, no? For organizing your data. Okay, because data can be complicated, class. So can be complicated. Sometimes you cannot just do it in a way that is manual because it's a large data. So you have to do some algorithms, data warehousing algorithms. No? That's why artificial intelligence will come into the picture, or machine learning will come into the picture, so that in a way to organize this data. No? If your data is complicated and really large. Okay, although datalogy, it's kind of study of data, no? An earlier name for data science. That's why. So before, the name is datalogy. Okay, study of data. When you say logy, study of data, right? Like biology, study of living things, right? Biology, logy means study. This one, study of data. So an earlier name for data science was also suggested for computer science, na? And for example, in Denmark, it's the name for computer science. Using the name computer science puts the focus on computation, while using the name data science puts focus on the data. Okay, that's why you can see the difference, right? Computer science, the focus is computation, but the data science focus on data. Okay, but we can talk of computational data. That's why data can be quantitative, right? Quantitative data, qualitative data. So we can get quantitative data, no, using the computer science, no? But of course the fields overlap. They overlap, but not exactly the same. Okay. Now, if you're writing a sorting algorithm, are you then focusing on the computation or the data? The question is that even a meaningful question to ask? There is a huge overlap between computer science and data science. And naturally, the skill sets you need overlap as well. That's why there is a skill here, which is the programming language we use in data science. No? In data science. But we use that skill because of, to help us to analyze the data, mainly because of that, not because of computation. Okay, but I believe for the programming language here, use programming language, of course, not only for computation, right? Because you create her algorithms, right? Program. Okay. So to efficiently manipulate data, you need the tools for doing that. So computer programming skills are a must, and some knowledge about algorithms and data structures usually as well. So we'll discuss some data structures later, but I believe if your course is computer science or information technology, you understand what data structures are. Though a while ago we talked about structured data and unstructured data. No, so data structures, so of course related to structured data that we talk about. But we'll discuss later some details. But again, it's general. So now for data science, though the focus is always on the data, in data analysis project, the focus is on how the data flows from its raw form through various manipulations until it's summarized in some useful form. No, that's a project, no, in the data analysis project. So if it's a project, that means it should be useful. No, it should be useful. It can be used in a community, if not a community, for the nation or for international. Okay, just like what? The COVID-19 phenomenon, right? There are a lot of projects, na. So again, the data flows from its raw. Okay, that raw you gathered it, right? But of course, you start with the need, with the real world problem, no? Before you, because you will gather those data, raw data, because there is a problem, na? There's a question, na? But somehow you have already a tentative answer, but you want to validate your answer based on the data, and then you analyze the data to validate it more and make interpretations. So again, here there's a part of manipulations, right? You manipulate your raw data using what? Some algorithms, no? And then from there, when you say algorithms, statistical tools, or probably machine learning, AI, so that's a way to manipulate your data. And then, of course, you have to choose, you know, what algorithm appropriate to your data so that the result will be useful, right? Useful. Okay, the difference, although the difference can be subtle, the focus is not about what operations a program. So again, we're still talking about programming and computer science. Difference to the data science. What operations a program does during the analysis, but about how the data flows and its transformed data, what purpose those changes serve, and how they help us gain knowledge about the data. So there's a part of knowledge about the data. We will talk about knowledge representation. I think that's the last lesson. We will discuss that in the 13th week, not the 13th week, no? Knowledge representation, knowledge theory. I think this is also an interesting topic. But again, it's broad, no? In between, we'll be tackling, so you notice our lessons for now is also general, but in between, we'll have more specific lessons, no? But more related to statistics. Okay? Then we'll connect them to these general concepts. It is as much about deciding what to do with the data as it's about how to do efficiently. Okay? So there's the word deciding what to do with the data and how to do it efficiently. Okay? So now, statistics is, of course, also closely related to data science. Okay, actually, this one is more than computer science. No? So closely linked, in fact, that many consider data science just a fancy word for statistics. That's why this term has a lot of statistical topics, concepts. Though there's a part about linear algebra, okay, linear algebra, matrix analysis, however, mostly about statistics. No? That's slightly more modern and sexy. Okay, I don't know why there's an I here. So it's strongly disagree with data science. It sounds sexier than statistics, but just as data science is slightly different from computer science, data science is also slightly different from statistics. Just perhaps somewhat less different than computer science is. So meaning to say, more related. No, they're different, but statistics is more related to data science than computer science. But again, in data science, we use, and also this. So these two are used in data science. No? A large part of doing statistics is building mathematical models for your data. And in data science, mathematical modeling is also part, no? Mathematical modeling. And we do that through statistics and fitting the models to the data to learn about the data in this way. Probably we want to use the purpose for this one, mathematical modeling class, for prediction, no? Prediction, okay? So because for business purpose, or to so that a certain problem will not so that there will be no problem in the future, something like that, no? But again, it's a prediction, so it's not 100% true. Okay, that is also what we do in data science. As long as the focus is on the data, then then we can call it statistics data science. Okay, if the focus changes to the models and the mathematics, then we're drifting away from data science. No. So again, we will use mathematical modeling. However, it's not the focus. The focus is still data. We just use that tool, the mathematical model, to analyze the data. Okay, but the focus is still data. That is why we will talk of knowledge, because now we all know that knowledge is also considered data. Okay, it's also considered data. Then we did okay, computations. Okay, just as if the focus changes from the data to computations. For example, in computer engineering, for example, or computer science, then we're drifting from the data science to computer science, no? So again, don't lose the focus. The focus of data science is data. If there is a loss of focus, it's not anymore data science. Probably it's computer science or already mathematics, no? Or statistics already. So really distinct, the data science. But we will use these fields in data science. They're helpful. Excuse me. Data science is also related to machine learning, as we mentioned already, and artificial intelligence. In fact, these two are related. Artificial intelligence is more general than machine learning. And again, there are huge overlaps, perhaps not surprising since something like machine learning has its home both in computer science and statistics. It's focusing on data analysis again, no? Even though related to this, but they are related because we're focusing again on the data, analysis of data. It's also the same in data science. To be honest, it has never been clear when a mathematical model changes from being a plain old statistical model to becoming machine learning anyway. Okay? Now, this one again is very general, so probably we'll just read them, and in the future, hopefully we just connect some specific to this general concepts. But if you are, if you are IT, no, or computer engineering, I think without explanation you understand this. So abstract data type. Okay, there's data again, but this one is an abstract data type we call ADT. Set of data values and associated operations that are precisely specified independent of any particular implementation. So organized collection of information and a set of operations used to manage that information. So there's a word set up operations. No? That's why after this lesson, next lesson, I guess, we'll talk some concepts on set and relations. No? It can be connected to this. No? But very basic, no? That part. That's why it's called preliminaries, no? Preliminaries, no? And a set of operations used to manage that information. So when you say information, that's connected to data, no? Just like knowledge is connected to data. So set of operations defines the interface of ADT. Okay. We have some now. This ADT satisfies the following conditions: the representation or definition of the type, and the operations are contained in a single syntactic unit. No? The representation of objects of the type is hidden from the program units that use the type. So only these direct operations possible on those objects are those provided in the type's definition. The terms here, class, are very, very, if you're in second year, so I believe you're familiar with these terms now because very common, no? In an IT or even in the computer science major. Very technical. Okay, so even this word, abstract data type. Now, let's go to data structures. No? Hopefully, those general concepts later in the future, probably we can connect. Connect the specific lessons to these general concepts. Now, data structures, characteristic features are, it contains component data items. That's why it's called structured data, right? Maybe atomic or another data structure, still a domain. So a set of operations on one or more of the component items. So there's like organization, because when you say data structure is structured data, there's like organization. So you can talk of component items. No? And a set operations on one or more of the component items. No? For now, it's very general. Defines rules as to how components relate to each other and to the structure as a whole. So there, the components, the structure, and then okay, those are all part of if you have a structured data. Now there are types. I think this is the last one. There are two: static data structure and dynamic data structure. So when you say static, it's not moving. Dynamic is moving, right? So again, it has a fixed size. That's why it's called static. Examples: arrays. That's why probably we'll talk about kind of related to matrix analysis, because in a matrix you have an array, right? Array of rows and columns, not in a matrix. So somewhat related to this, no, static data structure. Then dynamic data structure grows and strings at execution time as required by its contents. It is implemented using links. So now we also have this too, the linear data structure. So every component has a unique predecessor and successor except first and last elements. No? The nonlinear data, so no such restriction is there as elements may be arranged in any desired fashion restricted by the way we use to represent such types. Okay, so hopefully in the following lessons we can connect this. No, we can connect this. So otherwise, you learn more of this in other courses, I suppose. No, because the focus of data analysis is really analysis of data. No, not really the data science in general. No, so when you talk about data analysis, so there in particular the statistical part. No, but we all know that we can think of machine learning, artificial intelligence, and data analysis, but that's not our focus. Our focus is more in the statistical part. Okay. So class, that ends the lesson for this week. So thank you for attending. Bye for now.